Today we're at Kelly Park West on Merritt Island, harvesting cattails mechanically out of the stormwater pond just adjacent to the park here. So mechanical harvesting entails using equipment and personnel to remove the aquatic vegetation as opposed to spraying. So in this specific case, today we're using an excavator, which is parked behind us here, to get out onto the marsh and remove these cattails. These cattails are sitting on basically a bed of muck. So we've got what are called like marsh mats. We drive out on the marsh mats and it gives us a nice stable place to set the excavator and start removing them and piling them up. So in addition to the excavator, we also have a specialized boat that we use called a We-Do. It's a really, really interesting boat with a bucket on the front that uses hydraulics to remove the plants out of the waterway. It also has a cutter bar on it where if we cannot remove them, if they're too deep, we have to use the cutter bar to cut the weed itself. When the boat gets the rake full of vegetation, in this case cattails, he'll bring it over to the bank where we have another excavator sitting and he will remove it from the water and pile it.
Cattails are a native plant in Florida, however they can become invasive, especially in stormwater ponds that have a lot of nutrients. When they overtake that pond, it reduces its effectiveness on treating stormwater. Both the vegetation and the muck gets hauled away in a dump truck to the landfill. Once it's there, the landfill uses it for beneficial purposes, for covering up the top of the landfill at night to trap in the odors and keep the garbage from getting away. Removing the cattails not only increases the footprint of the stormwater pond to allow for more treatment, but it also removes the nitrogen and phosphorus pollution that gets sucked up and absorbed into the cattails themselves, removing pollution twofold. Prior to the harvesting program, these stormwater ponds were treated with herbicides to get rid of this vegetation. Now that they've implemented this program, they've been able to reduce the amount of herbicide use.
So while we were here, particularly behind me, we found several feet of legacy muck that have been basically sprayed with glyphosate for years and years and years. What we've decided to do, it's kind of outside of our spectrum of work typically, but what we've decided to do is remove the cattails off the top, then return at a later date and remove the legacy muck. This project is being funded by the Save Our Indian River Lagoon half-cent sales tax. We estimate that we will remove roughly 2.5 million pounds of vegetation before the job is complete.
Even though mechanical harvesting takes more effort, we felt it was important to reduce the amount of chemical pollution that was going into the lagoon through herbicide. You can reduce other chemicals that can get into the lagoon as well by reducing or eliminating your use of fertilizer, and also making sure you keep up on your car maintenance to prevent it from leaking oil and other fluids that can flow down storm drains and into the lagoon. Find out more ways you can join all of us in getting to a healthier Indian River Lagoon faster. Visit us at lagoonloyal.com.